What's up, Airsofters? In this video, we check out the all-new Battle Arms Development 556 LW from Battle Arms Development, Fortis, and the guys at RWA. But first, for the uninitiated, Battle Arms Development has quite the reputation for producing some extremely high quality, thoughtful, and capable cutting-edge firearms and accessories in the real firearms industry. Their rugged, reliable, and extremely cool-looking systems and components reflect their history of being one of the pioneers of the customized, lightweight AR-15 variety. Bringing that level of precision and performance to the airsoft industry was a task taken up by the guys over at RWA, partnering with Battle Arms Development and Fortis to bring the B.A.D 556 LW to the airsoft market, reflecting the design cues and elements of the real rifles in a 6mm airsoft chambered variety for all of us fans. Now let's take a closer look at these things because they've got a ton of really cool stuff going on. And don't worry, you won't need a lab coat. At the center of the action of these AR-15 patterned AEGs is the flagship Battle Arms Development 556 LW or lightweight upper and lower receivers. Front and center, of course, the gorgeous B.A.D billet styling, integrated trigger guard, and the famous cut magwell. More B.A.D components are found in the controls like the enhanced mag release, the bolt catch, and the ambidextrous select fire switch, as well as the ATG motor grip. This puppy's even got B.A.D takedown pins. Extending from the back of the receiver is an extremely cool B.A.D vert retractable stock, which features 5 locking positions of adjustment, a couple QD points, and a very slick carbon fiber look cheek rest. There's also a removable rubberized stock pad, which adds a bit of length, but you can of course run the stock without that if you want. A buffer tube extension is provided in the box for longer batteries, which I recommend putting on because these are designed to run with Titan Power batteries, which tend to be a little bit longer because they're lithium ion, and covering the extended wiring harness from the included Gate Aster is certainly a task for that that buffer tube extension that's included in the box. So I recommend running it unless you're going to run very short batteries and replace the batteries often. Moving to the front of these AEGs, we've got the Fortis SWITCH Handguard. It's a lightweight, skinny M-LOK rail that features a really neat quick detach function, which perfectly replicates the functionality you'd find on the real rifle and real Fortis Handguard. The added benefit of a quick detach handguard is that you can quickly and efficiently make use of the M-LOK attachment points for all of your accessories without having to deal with the barrel getting in the way of installation. Now, this is airsoft, so you're probably not going to be throwing on different accessories and swapping rails back and forth, but that ease of installation of accessories makes this a really useful feature. This handguard comes in at just under 7 inches on the SBR and just over 13 inches on the carbine, with QD points fore and aft on both sides. The handguard enshrouds even more Battle Arms components like the fluted outer barrel and the gas block, which has a really cool B.A.D logo built right in or cut right into it. All of this is terminated at the end by a factory federally mandated orange tip. Now, out at the range, our FPS test showed that the SBR showed an average of just about 300 FPS and about 21 rounds per second on full auto. And the carbine showed similar performance of about 380 FPS and about 22 rounds per second on full auto. Both lengths were tested using 0.20 gram BBs and a Titan Power 11.1 volt 3000 milliamp LiPo battery. Now, given their lengths, it is appropriate that the shorter version is perfect for an indoor CQB environment, being below 350 FPS for the US market, and the longer one, meant for outdoor engagements, has a higher FPS. In our distance and accuracy test, the target was no issue for either of the B.A.D 556 LW AEGs, with both versions placing a nice tight grouping at 50 feet. At the 100-foot mark, the full-length carbine having a higher FPS landed a nice tight grouping of shots that got downrange a bit quicker, and the SPR had a slightly larger spread with less impact at that distance. If you're looking to get more accuracy at distance, upgrade barrels, hop-up units, and buckings as well as nubs are available right here on our website, and thankfully, because this is a standard version 2 setup, all of those upgrades can be performed really easily and very quickly on these, in these receivers. At this point, as is tradition, we tested for mag fitment and compatibility, and here's what we found. We're happy to report that the B.A.D. 556LW was compatible with every magazine we threw at it, and that includes drum mags, with fitment and feeding being consistent throughout. The externals are not the only impressive components of the RWA B.A.D. Fortis B.A.D. 556LW AEGs. Yeah, they look amazing, but they perform really well too. Internally, they've got a ton of really nice components. They're robust, high performance, and all of those components are paired with a Gate Aster right out of the box. Now, importantly, this Gate Aster is a little bit different from maybe one you'd buy right off the shelf. It comes pre-installed with software that allows for binary trigger functionality. Now, that's a really cool selling point for these specifically, and gives you a really cool added element to the trigger and firing experience that you may not have on another AEG straight out of the box. I love that they've included that, and by including the Gate Aster, you have a little bit more control. The control and programming card allows you to change different functionality without having to get into the gearbox or change anything, and its ability to run a Titan Power battery out of the box with the included Dean's connection means that you've future-proofed your battery compatibility and giving you a ton of performance without having to add anything aftermarket. And did I mention the fact that it comes with a really cool B.A.D. themed mid-capacity magazine? I love the fact that manufacturers are putting a lot more consideration in Airsoft into the magazines that things come with. Instead of coming with a generic Stanag magazine, this one comes themed appropriately to the B.A.D. receivers and B.A.D. components here. And the fact that it's a relatively high-capacity mid-cap magazine means you're not going to be rattling around on the field. They're easy to load, feed beautifully, and it fits the theme. Now, Battle Arms development continues to be an innovator in the real firearms industry, and all of the design elements and really cool looks as well as improved performance coming out of this RWA version of the Battle Arms development 556LW coupled with the Fortis furniture makes for an extremely capable, extremely cool looking AEG. If you want to get one for your very own and add this bad boy to your collection, you can find it right here on our website at Evike.com.